Hola, bienvenidos a Telefónica. Por favor, ir tomando vuestros asientos, que esto va a empezar. Muchas gracias.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. We are really very excited and thrilled to have all of you here, which is becoming a tradition, the Telefónica's presentation at the Mobile World Congress. In February 2017, just 2 years ago, we hosted the first of these events in Barcelona. And I remember that very vividly because we were very thrilled, because we had something big to share. We had a vision. As we said then, and this is the very slide that we showed 2 years ago, our industry was quickly evolving, and we saw 3 waves of opportunity, starting with the transformation of the basic connectivity, going into the world of big data, and then stepping into the world of cognitive intelligence. As we said there, Telefonica was willing to play a leading role. And we were already on our way. We have already decided 5 years ago that Telefonica was going to be a different kind of telecommunication company, a platform company. Our first platform, our physical infrastructure, our second platform, our systems, and our third platform, our products and services. A fully digitized telecom network, brand new opportunities. And on top of that, we decided that cognitive intelligence was an amazing new field, new area of opportunity. So we decided to integrate into these 3 previous platforms the power of artificial or cognitive intelligence. It was a new way of relationship with our customers. At that time, the 4th platform was just a sketch. We had a few corners to cut and tons of work to do. Since then, we were very conscious of the importance not just of technology, of data as the fuel of the cognitive world, but also the fact that values were essential, and that therefore we need to start sharing values with our customers. Security, transparency, and empowerment. Those were the core values that were deployed at the same time that we were building the technology. In the last 2 years, much has happened. Today, Telefonica is the #1 fiber company in Europe and Latin America. We are pioneers in virtualization of our second platform. 65% of our processes have already been digitized and are in real time. And we have created unicorns out of the third platform, video, cloud, machine-to-machine, or internet security, or Internet of Things. We have become a supermarket of technology with more than 100 agreements being signed. And then there is our 4th platform. But on that reality is going to be described by Christian and Chema. Acting on our privacy principles, last year we announced here at the Mobile World Congress that we were working on data portability in a model that could allow our customers to port their data because they are the owners of them. And this is coming to life. We have been working with other big telecommunication European companies in order to make sure that this initiative gains scale, because if it gains scale, it will be even more relevant. I invite to see it for yourselves. Here at the booth, you have the result of our collaboration with Orange. And with this initiative, what we want to do is to put our responsibility at the forefront of our relationship with our customers. But we thought more was needed. Artificial intelligence is an uncharted territory. It's a brand new world. And therefore, we need also artificial intelligence principles. With this amount of power through technology comes very big responsibilities. Not everything that technology is able to do is acceptable for society. And we need to start building our own principles while society decides what is really needed on this field. We think that artificial intelligence can solve a lot of very deep problems of the humankind, but we need to approach it in a very responsible way. And from now on, What is going to come next? Well, the networks of the future that we foresee are networks that are radically different from the networks of the past. Softwareized, virtualized, clouditized networks. Networks that are liquid, that are able to self-repair, that are able to understand what's going on before something happens, that are able to move capacity or signaling from one place to the other in a very dynamic way. This is the telco of the future. And to try to understand what's going on and what's going to happen, please let me hand it over to Chema and Christian.
Well, this is the third event in which we are talking about our digital transformation based on the vision of the Ford platform. As we've been sharing with you, the Ford platform is the core project for Telefonica to be a data-driven company, and it wasn't an easy path. At the beginning, the Ford platform was just that, an analogy draw our president did to all of us. I must say that first time I saw it, I really thought he was joking. Doing that meant a huge amount of work. But I added Aura on top of that and looked for the best partner. If we were going to do an artificial intelligence inside Telefonica, we could foresee a lot of work ahead, and better to have the right partners. Today, the Ford platform is working and growing in the 7 countries in which we deployed so far. But back in 2016, it was only 100 kilobytes, the size of a picture. I really love both pictures. First one, because it's our president showing us the path. The second one, because it's about myself trying to convince Mr. Nadella in Microsoft offices at Redmond to invest and to help us to do Aura. And at that time, the only thing that we have was this wonderful picture. Today, the Ford platform is normalizing and storing data for 178 million of data in the personal data space. It standardized actions for more than 34 API families to create technology, and it supports more than 30 different solutions. And just to understand what is a solution for us, Aura is only one of them. The rest are internal use cases like the network planning or business opportunity like smart marketing or device recommender. Now, the Ford platform supports 120 million operations per month, which means it has become a new platform to deploy or integrate digital services into Telefonica. This is how the Ford platform looked like in last year's event. Actually, this is the last slide we shared with you in last year. In it, you can see different pieces of the Ford platform. Data is generated in the first, second, and third platform. It goes to the personal data spaces in the Ford platform where the data is stored and processed to generate insights. Customers can do action into Telefonica using Aura with cognitive services through different channels, and we were integrating other partners to expand the data control and the experiences our customers can enjoy. But this finished slide wasn't a full stop. In the end, it wasn't the beginning of a new year working in the growth of our strategy. And having the Ford platform in the core on all channels connected to it allows us to put Aura in all the channels that we have in Telefonica. So today, in Telefonica, our customers can interact with us using different channels like mobile apps, website, contact center, etc. And of course, just talking to our cognitive intelligence Aura. Aura is alive in 6 countries. Is accessible through more than 30 different channels. It supports around 1,000 use cases, and is the preferred method to be used by 2 million customers per month, which is something that is growing day by day. And one of the countries that is more developed in terms of Aura is Brazil. And today we have Christian Gebara, COO of Vivo, which is talking about the project there. Christian.
Thank you, Chema. Good afternoon. So before talking about Aura in Brazil, let's put Vivo in context. Vivo, we are proud to say that Vivo is the Brazilian telco market leader with more than 100 million customers, 10 billion euros in revenues. And also Vivo has driven the deployment of infrastructure in Brazil. If the fixed, we have more than 9 million home passed. In mobile, we have more than 95% of the population covered with 3G, 4G, and 4.5G. We are also the leader in market share in postpaid, 41%, and the 9th most valuable and recognized brand among all sectors in the Brazilian market. Beyond that, we are also proud to say that in Vivo we have built, I think, the best platform of big data and artificial intelligence. So Jose Maria and Chema talked about the 4 platforms. We have the 1, 2, 3 very strong at Vivo, and we built the 4th one. And here now we have Microsoft as our key partner. So everything was developed together with Microsoft and the Azure ecosystem, coming from cognitive services, big data analytics, and DevOps. So that's what we called Aura for Brazil. And before I start giving some real examples, I will show you the marketing campaign that we massively broadcasted in all Brazilian key media channels, where we presented to our customer what is Aura. No, Aura is Vivo's artificial intelligence. We raised awareness, we made it tangible, we made it real. So I'm going to show you the video.
Olá, eu sou a Aura. Posso te ajudar?
Let yourself go. Make it your own. Let yourself go.
Tudo fica mais fácil com uma tecnologia mais inteligente por perto. Chegou a Aura, a inteligência artificial da Vivo.
So Aura is making our customer experience more humanized, more personalized, in real-time interactions. Now we already have more than 20 channels. All our digital channels, we have Aura already present. So coming from our app, Meu Vivo, our main digital channel, call center, we have the social networks agreement also to have Aura there. We have our stores, technical support, our back office, everything has Aura behind it. It's last year, I was here also presenting Aura, the launch of Aura in Brazil. From that day to today, more than 20 million interactions with our customers with Aura. Today we're going to focus on 3 examples, the Meu Vivo, our e-care app, the call center, and the social network. So this is Meu Vivo. Last time I presented in more detail. We raised the number of use cases. Today we have a series of use cases, very personal, and again, interactive, humanized, and real-time with text and voice. So customer can call to check their data balance, data allowance, check the promotion that they have, check the plan that they have, support, ask for technical support, and many other cases. So that's the reality. We have 15 million unique users in Meu Vivo. So this is the main channel where we have Aura embedded. The last channel that we put Aura to work, and I think it's been with impressive results, is our call center. We receive millions of calls every month. We decided to focus first with the prepaid segment. It's the vast number of calls and customers. We selected some reasons of the customer calling us, so we got 22% of call types, and we put Aura to answer. So it's like questions about promotion again, customers with problem connecting the internet, their balance, data balance, and data allowance, a series of that we have in screen. Well, the good answer here was that in few months, we expanded to the whole country. The calls handled by Aura got a retention of 70%. The customer hasn't recalled after the Aura got the call. And we got satisfaction of above 90%. That is a record also customer satisfaction. I have an example here of a real call. That's a prepaid customer calling, asking about the promotion that he has acquired. And Aura replied the full call. So we're going to have it in Portuguese. We have transcripts in English and in Portuguese. For those who understand Portuguese, you can see that the question was not easily phrased, and Aura was able to understand and overcome the initial difficulty. So let's have the call.
Olá, nós vamos continuar o seu atendimento por aqui. Como eu posso te ajudar?
Eu queria saber qual é a promoção que eu estou nela.
Você está cadastrado na promoção Vivo Pré-Turbo 1 GB de 15 dias e seus benefícios vencem terça-feira, dia 22. Para renovar sua promoção, você precisa ter saldo de recarga em sua linha. Quer saber quanto da sua promoção você ainda tem para usar?
Sim, quero sim.
Você tem 2 GB para usar. E seu Vivo Pré-Turbo vai renovar terça-feira, dia 22. Quer que eu te ajude com mais informações sobre isso?
Não, muito obrigado. Eu te agradeço. Muito obrigado, tá?
Obrigada por ligar para Vivo e bom dia.
So that's a good example of call center. Again, we have 22% of calls that prepaid customers call us already handled by Aura. We also, beyond our own channels, we're using also social network channels to use Aura. Have 3 examples here: Facebook Messenger, Google Assistant, and WhatsApp. In Facebook Messenger, Aura is also behind it, and so we give information about bill and about top-ups. In Google Assistant, you can access Aura through the Android home button. And in WhatsApp, you have 5 use cases, very relevant ones, that Aura is also behind it, with voice and text depend on the social network, and all the security parameters to work in different environments. And finally, to improve Aura's accuracy, that is our key objective, that the Aura can respond more and more. We create what we call bots training center. It's a group of call center agents and a team of linguistics that they listen to calls to improve Aura's library, to understand different accents, people coming from different regions, from different generation, from different level of education. So Aura is learning through this team. And the accuracy level, we could increase it in 9 percentage points in 2 months, and today is over 84%. So we believe that it's still the beginning of a longer journey, but we are very confident that's going to help us to be even more digital, more profitable, with a better customer experience and satisfaction. I will give it back to Chema.
Well, as you can see, Aura is a key element in our strategy, and we are going to be working hard this year. This year, Aura will be alive in 9 countries, used through more than 50 different channels with 1,500 use cases, counting on third-party use cases, as we are going to see right now, and we expect to achieve 120 million conversations this year, in 2019. Aura is a key element, and we are putting Aura alive in the core of our services. We are putting Aura alive in our customers' home. Telefonica is the main Telefonica is the main technology provider in many of the countries in which we operate. We are providing not only state-of-the-art devices, but also services that are in the house of our customers. And we are putting Aura in the core of these devices to integrate third-party service products and services. So right now, we have different kind of integration in our 4 platform. The 4 platform, we have integration with Netflix, which is based in the set-top box. We have an integration with Twitter and Iberia, which is based in Movistar Home. We have an integration with Facebook Safety Check, which is based in Aura, but we could go further. So we decided to create something that we call Living Apps, in which we are opening the 4 platforms to create with third party the right experiences that can be enjoyed at home. So we call this Living Apps, and let me explain what is this with some example. This first example is with Movistar Car. Movistar Car is one of the services that we provide from Telefonica. Users can control their vehicle from an app. It uses the power of IoT and cloud computing. But having this service integrated as a living app, users can receive alerts through Movistar Home, an SMS, or an app, and open the living app to control it from TV, just using the voice or the remote. This is one example of what we call the living apps. The idea is that every partner can select the right use case and use all devices and all services that we are providing to our customer to create a new set of experiences. The second example is smart Wi-Fi. We can have more or less the same experience. Smart Wi-Fi is the Wi-Fi management and security services that we are providing to our customers at home. Right now, they can control every device connected to the Wi-Fi network in a map and project it to the TV. Using voice, they can control every device, get information about mobiles connected to the Wi-Fi, and stop providing connectivity to them. This is a great feature if you want to have your kids in time to have dinner. Another example is Movistar Cloud or Telefonica Cloud. The idea is that In family, you can use this living app to share videos or pictures that are stored in Movistar Cloud to use the power of TV and enjoy it in a family environment. But this home as a computer ecosystem is open, and we are working with different partners to enrich the experiences our customers can enjoy at home. We don't want our partners to migrate their web apps or mobile applications to TV. We want them to select the right use cases that deserve to be enjoyed in the living room. So we've been working with some of them. For example, Atlético de Madrid. Atlético de Madrid is one of the best football teams in the world, and they have one of the most advanced and digitalized stadiums. And we've been working with them to create this living app in which a customer can open the living app in every moment. In this example, using Aura from the mobile. And using TV, supporters can get information and do action into the Atlético de Madrid. Information like when it's going to be the next football match, or in which channel is going to be aired, but also what is the estimated time to get to the stadium, or weather forecasting. An action like jolting the football pass. In that case, in the case that someone needs to do an action and we need an extra verification and a strong authentication of the people which is doing the action, we can leverage in another technology. In this example, Mobile Connect, which is a strong authentication using the SIM card. Another example is with El Corte Inglés. In this case, we've been working with them to have a second screen option. At any time, when customers are watching TV, they can receive special items to be bought. So using voice, at the same time that they are watching TV, they can add the object to the wish list, and after that, using the voice and the remote, they can decide to buy the items just using a QR code in Movistar Home and the El Corte Inglés mobile app. That simple. It's not a full web application migrated to TV or a full mobile application migrated to TV. It's just the right use cases. And the last one is one of my favorite. We've been working with Air Europa, and at any time that your flight is ready, you can receive an alert. That alert can get into your mobile phone through an SMS or through Movistar Home, and in that moment, open the living app. You can have a full check-in process, just answering questions, 3 questions, 4 questions from your living room, from your coach, and you finish your check-in process. After that, you receive the boarding pass, and it is going to be sent to your mobile app through email or through an SMS code. It's one of my favorite use cases. As you can see, having the 4 platform plus this home as a computer ecosystem to run living as allows us to enrich our customers' life with new experiences. It's not about having the best devices digitalizing our customers' home. It's not about to develop the best services in Telefonica. It's not about integrating third-party services and products into the home of our customer. It's about doing everything thinking of people having seamless experiences at home. To finish, just let me share with you a new image. This is the 4 platform for 2019, an open platform that is created for making technology available to all of our customers in a seamless way. And now, I let you with Mr. President and Mr. Nadella that we have a lot of work to be done.
Thank you, Chema. Thank you, Christian. AI in a very powerful and robust network is endless world of possibilities. We have been working very closely with Microsoft. Why Microsoft? Well, if we were to put what were our needs, our vision, in an artificial intelligence tool to say what would be the best partner with the amount of data that we have, probably the answer would have been Microsoft would be a perfect match. But it is not just about technology. Sometimes you need more than data. You need values, especially if you deeply believe that values are going to be driving a significant part of your mission. So we have also decided that the best partner to work with, because we have similar values, similar vision of what technology is going to be able to do and what are the values that need to be surrounding that, is certainly Microsoft. I was personally very impressed by how Microsoft has been performing its own transformation. Remember that Microsoft is the only company that has been recurrently on the top 5 most valuable companies on earth for the last 10 years. The only one that has survived all around that period is Microsoft and has become the most valuable one. But on top of that, the transformation, the way they transform themselves. If you have had the opportunity to read Satya Nadella's book, Hit Refresh, I strongly recommend that to you because I was very impressed by the way Satya has been leading that transformation. So please join me in our big round of applause welcoming Satya Nadella on stage. Thank you very much, Satya, for being here with us. We are really honored. It's a real privilege. Telefonica and Microsoft have been working now together for almost 2 years. I mean, could you please share with us, why do you think Telefonica is also the right partner for Microsoft?
First of all, thank you so much, Jose Maria, for having me here, and for Chema and Christian for the partnership. It's amazing. It is fantastic for me to have a chance to even see everything that you've done in such a short time. For us, ultimately, it all comes down to not just technology. As you described it, how can we help any partner of ours who today has a massive consumer presence, a business presence, wants to build their own digital technology and fully become capable digital company? To us, that's our mission. Our mission is to build technology so that others can build more technology. And so that's the coming together. And I describe this as tech intensity. And I thought that what you have exhibited even in the 2 years, taking that picture that Chema drew and made it real, and that's really, I think, the spirit of the Telefonica and the partnership.
Thank you very much.
And one of the things that maybe I should ask you is, you have been driving continuous. You talked about Telefonica, to me about it's 94-year-old company, but what it takes to continuously renew yourself, and why is it important, and what does it mean?
Well, at the end of the day, the core of our mission is communications. It's make sure that we communicate the societies in which we operate. We have been living out of a voice network for 94 years, but now voice is fading away as a product, and therefore. But we have been lucky enough to fund data as a new product. The only problem is that the network that used to produce voice is not coping anymore to produce the amount of data that is required. So we have the privilege as a generation of leaders in Telefonica to build a brand new network. And when you design this brand new network, you need to conceive all the elements that could make a difference to your customers, to the societies in which you operate. And therefore, fiber, which is the core of our connectivity, 4G, being prepared for 5G, radically changing our systems, and the magic idea that you can become a massive distributor of technology, and then you discover that artificial intelligence can even empower much more, then that's a massive change. That's a massive change. So we are really proud because we feel privileged that we are building the next generation kind of network, and we need to imagine what this network is going to be looking like, and that's an amazing project. In our case, we have been working a lot with you during the last 2 years, and in fact today we are announcing a partnership in all those areas. How can Microsoft help us to even understand better artificial intelligence technology in order to precisely serve our customers, to be much more personalized, to make sure that they feel that the network serves their purpose?
Yeah, I mean, I think the use cases ultimately that you have is where the power is. Because if you think about it, Microsoft has been doing artificial intelligence research for many years. We were the first to achieve human parity on object recognition, first to achieve human parity with speech recognition, first to lead on machine reading and comprehension, and recently even machine translation. And the advances are coming fast and rapidly. But the thing that I'm most proud of is how we are democratizing the access to all of this technology. The reason why you were able to create in 2 years some of the magic is some of the research in the labs, to APIs in Azure, to real use cases with your data done with full trust. That's really why I think we're able to do the level of personalization that you know. And to me, that next phase of our partnership, which is super exciting, is where you already have this amazing brand in Aura, which you have already used in customer service. And Christian's examples were awesome. I mean, I thought that Portuguese call session is a pretty subtle natural language challenge. I know we had to work very closely even to make sure that the latencies and so on were really up to par. But the next phase where you want to build, I would say, an Aura ecosystem for the home, that's a place where a lot of our own R&D and your R&D can come together to change the game. I am a firm believer that in order for the next generation of personalized services to be delivered with trust, AI cannot be the purview of a few companies in few countries. It has to be democratized, and this is a great example of that.
That takes me very nicely to my next question. For us at Telefonica, because of our core history, trust, values in the relationship with our customers is sacred, because we are responsible for something so important like their communication. So since we were born, I mean, ethics and privacy were essential. And we think that in this brand new world, people need to trust technology. And not everything that technology is able to do is going to be acceptable for citizens, for societies. And as an important part for us in the relationship with you were the values that you have been creating in Microsoft. What has been the main reason behind taking the decision of imposing yourself a set of values in this brand new world?
I mean, you said really the operative word, trust. I think sometimes, you know, people have this wrong notion of trust. Trust is not something you claim. Trust is something you have to earn each day. And at the end of the day, it in fact starts with even having a business model which is fully aligned with our partners and customers. The only reason why you're able to put up a picture with all the confidence is because of the alignment of business models between what we want to do, what you want to do for our mutual customers. So it starts there. But then I would say it leads to more things. You put up AI principles. I think there are 3 major issues that you really need to be aligned on when it comes to values so that you can earn trust. One is around privacy. Let's face it, privacy is a human right. The question is, how are we going to build for that, design for that, knowing fully well that GDPR is a regulation that is there in Europe today, and I think there's going to be a global standard. In fact, we have taken the subject rights of GDPR and made them available globally. Second is cybersecurity. One of the biggest challenges of cyber is always that the people who get most impacted are the small businesses and consumers. So really having trust in technology so that the small businesses are protected, consumers are protected is another important one. And the last one is AI ethics. You put up some of the principles, and I completely subscribe to it. How do you make sure that the algorithms are fair, they're robust, they're private, they're secure, they're inclusive? These are the things, when we teach our developers, we start now, just like in the past we would teach them how to write secure code, we start with the AI principles and the AI design criteria, and I think that that's really what's going to help us move forward. Maybe the question I thought I'd ask you is, you know, AI, we talked about the 2 use cases, which is both with Aura as it's today, Aura at home, but the other use case, which I think is really a big one, is the network itself, because you have such capable infrastructure. The efficiency with which you drive that infrastructure can make a huge difference. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. For us, the more we develop these brand new networks, the more we deploy fiber, the more we deploy 4G, the more we virtualize or softwareize systems, the more we understand the potential implications of what we do. The network is not just not dumb, it's a very smart cognitive network. And if you apply a layer of artificial intelligence on top of it, the network learns from itself. So artificial intelligence applied to a telecommunication network is a very, very powerful combination because it has access of tons of information, tons of data of our customers. And that's why in this uncharted territory, where values are not yet defined, applying your own values is important, because if you want to have the trust of your customers, you need to make sure that you do things right, and that you're going to be able to explain whatever you do on those networks. The more we advance, because now we are talking about liquid networks, softwareized network, virtualized network, clouditized network, but blockchain is going to be applied to us. I mean, all layers of artificial deep learning algorithms, we need to make sure that values are protected, that we don't build something that is intrinsically wrong for our customers. So applying this set of values to the way we deploy the network is essential. And that's why we need to be at the forefront of that evolution. That's why we need to be, because these fiber networks, these liquid networks, are massive enablers of technology. And therefore, we need to make sure that we are carefully reading every single piece of new technology that is being created. So that drives me to my next question. What is the next big thing you think is going to happen so we can be prepared for that?
You know, I don't know if there's one thing, but I'm focused on, and we as a company are focused on, I think, 3 massive monumental shifts. One is computing is getting embedded in our world, and it's getting more distributed. So we talk about it as the intelligent cloud and the intelligent edge, which has a huge role to play in terms of 5G. One of the big breakthroughs of 5G is to be able to take compute to where the data is being generated. So the partnership that we started, the next time we draw a picture, it will not only have powered by Azure in the cloud, but it will also have Azure compute at the MEC, which I think is going to be super important for smart cities, autonomous driving, robotics, industrial automation. So I think distributed computing is one. The second piece is AI. We are still at the very beginning of AI, because for all of the breakthroughs we have, common sense reasoning is still not there. So we have much more to do, especially I'm very excited about natural language processing. I mean, some of the techniques even in the last year around NL is, I think, going to be real breakthroughs. The last area, you know, we just launched HoloLens, the version 2, and it's, you know, first of all, it's got twice the field of view from version 1. It's 3 times better in terms of its comfort. And then it has got this instinctual interface, right? In the past, you would have a couple of user interface inputs, mouse, keyboard, touch, maybe gesture. But this time, you have an experience which is instinctual. That means you start with whatever the interface is, speech, gaze, gestures, touch, and all of it together. And so I think it changes the game, because the physical and the virtual are coming together. You can use any sense which is natural. So these 3 big shifts, I think, are going to really be the ones that play out in the next half a decade to decade, and it's great to be partnered on it.
Really excited. This is going to be an ongoing chain of events, and we hope we can go through them together. Well, thank you very much, Satya. Thank you very much for joining us today. We feel both honored and privileged. Thanks for that. Thanks for your inspiration, for your vision in helping us to build these kind of networks. And thanks most of all for joining us in our transformation journey. Thank you very much to all of you for attending this event. And we already called you for the next year event, which is going to be even as exciting as this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.